Hi, welcome to Do the Dream TV, and this is the I'm an American segment. This is the American Dreamers. Think about it, you guys. You have a dream, you want to do some things with your life, and you need people to help you with your dream. Well, I have a lovely woman who can help you with your dream, and she has big dreams of her own, us too, but she's a helper. She's a people helping people person. Joy, welcome to Do the Dream TV, and I'm an American.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for having me on here.
And your big dream, I know that you're working on it, but you have these little pockets of things that you do. Tell us about Joy.
Well, I named my business Joy Can Help Coaching because joy is my name, but it's the feeling of joy that can help. So it is infusing joy into everything that you do, whether it's your personal life or your professional life. And a lot of what my website says is build more confidence and have less stress.
Mm.
But it's really about identifying joy, recognizing it, inviting it in. And that's how I work with my coaching clients is for them to accept joy in their lives.
I was reading something about the joy, the gratitude. It's the same kind of a thing, isn't it? Being
Mhm.
grateful, and then how you can live longer if you live that type of a lifestyle. What do you think about that, Joy?
Well, it is now a proven scientific fact that we need to keep our consciousness high so that we can recognize opportunities when they come in. Because you'll hear stories, especially, I don't know, years ago, where people had a dream, but they didn't act on it. And they even had an opportunity and they didn't recognize it or they didn't take it. And now risk takers are being celebrated like in the workplace. You're expected to step out, get out of your comfort zone and really put yourself out there. And some people are more timid than others. And a lot of people start out with being timid. A lot of us, I have a story, yeah, about how I had such a timid way that I was afraid to speak on camera. Very afraid. And now, I do that pretty often, and I have overcome that fear of public speaking for the most part. The butterflies in the stomach are okay because, you want that anxiety to go right before you get on stage. However, the feeling that you're going to be sick or sweaty palms is not where you need to go when you're having more confidence and less stress.
So, how did you become a coach? Because I know
Well,
you're a coach, and that's part of your joy and what you do with people.
mhm.
So when people say Coach Joy, how did you become a coach?
I think it's so fascinating as I meet all of the people that have been a coach for decades. And I was in the corporate world for decades, leading multi-million dollar projects as a certified project manager and leading teams. In 2022, I had a team of 125 people.
Wow.
And of course, you break that into smaller teams. I had a lot of smaller teams. But what I enjoyed most about coaching large enterprises and large organizations is working with the individuals. Teams are made up of individuals, and sometimes team members need different things. You have your auditory learners, which I found out I'm really an auditory learner as my primary learning style. And then there are the visuals, and that's a pretty high population of people need to see things. And then the kinesthetic people actually need to work it out. They need to show me or do it with me. I need to do it a few times. And especially those people will say, well, you really have to do it a few times to get it. Well, the auditory people need to hear it, and the kinesthetic people are the ones who need to act it out. But you can't just lump 125 people together and assume they all need the same way to find their success. But as a project manager, everybody's got to drive to the same target. So it's coaching, even in an organization, that allows people to feel like they're being heard and to feel like they are getting some coaching or motivation and finding success in their own work to be, contributing to the overall project. So I think I'm not looking for a big corporate project. Right now, I'm looking to help individuals and smaller, like a solopreneur who wants help in finding best practices that are enterprise wide, and huge organizations use, lessons learned and policy manuals. But even if you only have one VA or a very small team, there are best practices that you can pick up to increase your business, increase your happiness and your success.
Does it make sense, Joy, that we're not put on this earth to know everything? So when we can tap into people who already have that knowledge, then we get to our destination a lot quicker. And it does takes that stress off your shoulders so that you can be happier. I know you also have a writing group too, writing online, and it's a school group that you're working with. Would you want to tell us a little bit about that and how people can get a hold of you?
Oh, thank you. My school group is called Joy's Oasis because it is an oasis for a variety of things, which is my private coaching and my organizational effectiveness. But what I found, and a lot of my colleagues, is when you write a book and when you publish a book, you're eventually going to be speaking on your book.
Mhm.
So if you just spent months or a year or whatever writing your book and editing and working with getting it on Amazon or selling it in some way, it's very different than all of a sudden stepping out and speaking on your book and coming across like you're a practice speaker or a professional speaker. And many times people are paid speakers to come on and talk about their book. So that's where the more confidence and less stress comes in. That when you join Joy's Oasis, I have about 4 free uh, Zoom calls per month. And then within the community, we're just getting started. I just started my community, but I do talk about um, tips for writers, as well as tips for wanting individual coaching or the organizational effectiveness part. So thanks for asking about Joy's Oasis on School.
Well, that's part of Do the Dream Extreme. We're in a community where we believe in people helping people so that the person can accomplish their dream.
Mhm.
And I call it big dreams because you have the
Mhm.
little dreams that work up to the big dreams, and we have multiple dreams, and we've come to the conclusion that I've invented a game, as you know, called Do the Dream Extreme, where it has steps because it's like when they say that old saying that you can't eat an elephant. How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Something like that. Well, it's
Uh-huh.
steps
Mhm.
in order to get to that dream, but
Mhm.
all the people that we need in our lives in order to make it happen.
Mhm.
So you are one of these very, very, very valuable person
Mhm.
that offers good things for people. And I would love for people to get a hold of you and get in your orb because
Mhm.
things are happening there with you, Joy. And I appreciate you. I thank you
Thank
for
you.
being you.
And I've learned so much from you, Kathy. I appreciate you very much too.
Well, we'll
And you
keep
do the
learning.
dream extreme.
We're going to keep learning from each other, and we're going to because I my dreams, like you say, your big dreams. Yeah, mine are pretty big there, and I know yours are too. And then we develop once you start talking to people who are doers,
Mhm.
then more things come to you because you're
Mhm.
going, you know what, I can do that. Well,
Mhm.
that's not that hard. And look
Mhm.
at the happiness that comes
Mhm.
from people when their eyes open up and go, "Oh, wow, I can do that." And you've experienced it, and so have I. And I thank you for being a part of the Do the Dream Extreme and being here to help us. Just help us smile and all the wisdom that you've shared with all of us. Thanks, Joy.
Thank you, Kathy.
And We have more. I want you guys to actually subscribe. There's a little button there. And if you would like to be on the show, there's information here, or you'd like to be a part of Do the Dream Team, Do the Dream Extreme on school. Let me know, and with joy. These are things that are helping you. If you want to be an author, come on. If your dream is to be a speaker, if your dream is you have a little project, you want to make it bigger, we can help you. It doesn't matter what your dream is, but you will need help. And the people helping people are here, ready for you. Thank you, Joy. Woo!
Thank you so much for having me on today, Kathy.
All right.